Hello everybody, it's Matt Davis, just here to help you again with a quiz question. This one is coming from section 4.4. So let's go ahead and have a look at it. We have a random sample of 16 Americans yielded the following data on the age in years and the peak heart rate in beats per minute. And they want us to use technology to find the linear correlation coefficient R, and they gave us the sum of the xy's to verify our data entry, and they want us to round our answer to 4 decimal places. All right, so basically to get the linear correlation coefficient, you just want to get your regression equation, and then R should be part of the output that goes with that. So we're going to go through that process. As usual, I'm going to alter this problem a little bit so that I'm giving help instead of answers. So we're going to get this 89 and 133 data value, and we're going to eliminate that, and we're going to just work with the other 15 so that we get an example of the process, but then you'll still have to repeat it with that value in there to get the correct answer. All right, so the first thing would be to go enter all of that data into our calculator. So if I switch over here, go to Stat, Edit, I've already put the data in to save a little bit of time. You'll notice that we only go to 15 rows there. That's because I took that one data value out. We can scroll up to take a quick visual tour of the data, and if you look at it carefully, you'll see just we have that one value removed. So we could go straight to our regression equation, but this problem did give us the sum of the xy's, and the purpose of that is to verify data entry. So just a quick look at how you check that. You go into Stat and Calc in the center column, and then instead of choosing linear regression, which is what we ultimately want to find our answer, we're going to choose two variable statistics up here near the top, and we're going to put in second L1 comma second L2 and press enter, and it gives us a bunch of different values from those two variables. And one of them in the second column near the bottom you see is that sigma xy 138541, bottom right on my screen up here. The reason that doesn't match the one that's from the quiz question is because I removed a data value, but I checked it before with that value in, and we did have it right. So you want to use that number just to check and make sure you have your data in the calculator in the correct way. If there's a mismatch there, then you've got a typo, and you should find that before you try and get your answer. So we don't actually use that number for anything else. It's just to check our data entry. And by the way, these numbers that are showing up in the second column on this screen on the iPad, they would be ones you'd have to hit the down arrow to kind of scroll down to see those if you were on the regular graphing calculator. So it shows up, but you have to arrow down a bit to find it. All right, once you have that done and you are comfortable that your data is correct, you go right back into Stat and Calc, and this time you do choose regression and second L1 comma second L2 to let it know where the data is. Press enter, and we get our regression equation information with the intercept of 217 point something and the slope b of negative 0.96 and so on. But below that we also get r squared and r, and this problem asked us for r and wanted that r with 4 decimal places. So we have negative 0.9714, that's our 4 decimal places, 0.9714. But there's a 5 after that 4, so we're going to round up to negative 0.9715. So I'll just switch back to the notes. So R is approximately negative 0.9715. Again, that was a 4 on the calculator, but it was followed by a 5, so I rounded that digit up. And then that's what we're going to enter over here into active learning, so negative 0.9715. So just some things that might go wrong that could have caused this to be a problem that missed and has you here watching the video. You could have had a typo somewhere. It's a big data set, so if you type one number wrong, you're going to have a problem with your regression equation. But that's why you want to take advantage of the fact that you're being given this sum of the xy's. Make sure you're checking that on the calculator using the two variable statistics before you go on to do your regression equation. The other problem that can happen here is that when you do this, you just get the a and b and not the r squared and not the r. If that's happening to you, that's just a setup issue with your calculator, And so what you should do is go to the Math 43 page and click on video support or graphing calculator videos, and at the top it'll have calculator setup. It's a real short video, but it'll show you how to set up your calculator to make sure R and R squared show for you. I would show you on this calculator, but it looks a lot different, so it's better that you go watch that video from the Math 43 page where you have the TI-84 in the video. That'll work out better. All right, so there we go. Pretty quick problem, but yet it can go wrong if you have a typo, if you maybe didn't round to 4 decimal places, or if your calculator's not set up. Those are all reasonable places where you could end up getting stuck. But I hope seeing this work through has found the spot that was giving you trouble and that you're ready to go back to the quiz and get it right. So good luck on that.